This is TexasImmigrationServices.org, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about, the Department of State. Basically, the Department of State has visas, passports, and a number of other issues such as licenses, such as tax information, and all of this. What you need to be aware of is that, basically, if you go for any of these type of items, the last three will be at the records. Also, the license, the birth certificate, and items such as that. And then once you do that, basically, you have the option of putting it with your records or using it for some other type of arbitrary meaning. So, what you need to know now is that once you get the actual license, the actual passport, the actual visa, you should hold on to it as long as possible. Basically, a license can be just about anything, mainly a vehicle, license to a building, or something of that nature. So, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, it's the FDA, it's the Food and Drug Administration. And once you have the certification or the registration to be one of those leaders who are actually a part of the Food and Drug Administration, basically you have the ability to go around and make sure that everything is at code compliance. All right, that includes buildings and issues such as that. So code compliance not only works on just the street, that's licenses, buildings, and anything that's the basically um, code compliance for the street. So here's the other bit of information. Now you have issues such as the visa, where the actual visa, the passport, they actually work together. And then once you do that, get those particular items. And remember, a visa and a passport can only be issued by someone from the FBI. Now, after that bit of information, the next bit of thing that you have to actually get now is basically well, let's talk about the fact that you may need tax information. Now, tax information is most important. There are mainly taxes on the property. Usually, the property is actually the ground underneath the building. And then you have other issues such as taxes with food, some food, I should say, depending on what it actually is. And then there's certain taxes on clothes, and that also depends on what it is, depending on also where you get it from. Now, here is the next bit of information. Basically, the next bit of information that you may need to know is that there is other state issues, such as going to get the actual, um, let's see, well, let's see. Let's say you want a record for your birth certificate. Basically, you need to have a birth certificate ready for just about anything. It's one of your IDs, and it's very important to have your birth certificate for just about anything, and have it ready. It's very important that you have it off to the side and ready to go. Now that you have that bit of information, this is what you may need to know. Well, the final bit of information is basically you need state information for, I don't know, for issues such as, um, uh, let's see. Well, let's go with this one. How about accounting for something such as an actual house to see if you actually own it? Okay, so that record too is at the records building, And basically, this is called tax property information. And you also have tax information for businesses as well. So once you've gotten all of that bit of information from the state, you can go ahead and go from there. Now, this is all the bit of information that I can provide for you. It's basically information that you can get from an actual record from the internet, download it from off the internet, and then you can go from there. So there you go. Have a great day, and I hope you get the benefits you're seeking.